Gowanna is pursued by Arkay, the crime ring running Kamurocho. Determined to prevent any more deaths, Yagami searches high and low for the handyman, but the search leads to a maze of dead ends. As the situation becomes dire, a lifeline appears at the other end of a phone. The caller offers a lead, one that expires too quick for comfort.
I only showed up at your bar so I could ask you about Gowanna. Does this mean you want something in return?
We'll get that sorted out. If you promise to meet me alone. No, I won't be at Survive for... If you don't make it in 10 minutes, you'll never hear from...
For real? What a waste. Great. And stay down. What a waste.
Let's go.
And stay down. What's this all?
Let's go.
Really, guys?
Let's go.
And stay down.
いらっしゃいませ。
Starving. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
ありがとうございました。
Yagami-san, glad you could make it.
You the owner of Siren?
Yeah, let's take... So, I hear you're a Kamurocho detective.
Yeah, and you're a distant relative of Kawana's. Can I ask your name?
No need. This'll be the only time we meet. But to Kawana-kun, I guess you'd call me...
Based in Yokohama?
Yeah.
You mean Siren, right? Fair enough. So you two are related.
Done your homework, I see.
His real...
Well,
Such
the
as...
fact-
Don't you mean...
See.
So of all...
Yes.
Now I'm
but
curious.
you're-
No.
Can't you? Let's be.
Well, but if you really...
I can.
If that's a high school... Her name was Yo... I'd met her, but while trying to get... Do you know anything?
I don't.
You're really drawing up... Do you at least...
Again.
In this flash... If it's so... Are you saying...
Nah. But that's when he came. I'm the
What
one.
do you mean?
I'm not just.
Good reason.
That takes care of everything I have to say.
Not sure it's such a...
Thinking.
That's why...
Yep.
Why is this all... What a waste.
Yagami,
Oh, great. It's Claw Guy.
they see you brought your little posse from Tokyo.
Posse? What? Hey, Testo, you got... Let's go. Okay, okay. Let's go.
Let's do this.
These Kamurocho douchebags show up. Then I hear some teacher chick gets fuckers.
Look,
Figured I could at least try beating a few out of you.
you gotta appreciate that not everyone plays by game.
What I don't appreciate is Kamurocho trap.
I'd like to find that out myself. I was first on the scene.
Shit. And why's the rest?
They're after a local.
Yeah, matter of fact.
I'm looking into that now. So the more you get, you understand?
How's about I miss so long?
Really?
Sure. But I get to be on
You really think this is...
What you're missing here is... So now, if anyone lays a finger on... Same rule for all the ladies here. With me on that, brother?
Oh, this is gonna take some...
Besides, making you a...
now the truth comes out.
Anyway, let me know if you get any... Just shoot me your location and it's done. We'll give that teacher her piece.
I was just thinking, I heard Kaito-san got stabbed.
Is that true, Yagami-san?
Look, I promise I'll fill you in, but right now I really...
With what?
I found a USB drive at Kawana. We have to know what's on it.
So, Kaito-san was attacked by that Soma guy too?
Yeah, while we were chasing Kawana. So... Almost got me too, to be
You're
honest.
saying one guy?
It's true. And right after, I got a call from Kawana's purported relative, who wanted me to hand over the flash drive. Apparently, what's on it will tell us...
When I open it, all I
What?
It's a video. I'll hit play once you guys...
Damn, what's on there? I can't take the suspense.
Let's make it full screen.
Dude, only ate shit! Thomas, so did I. Come on, Mitsuru. Quit being a little bitch. I told you to take it in the face. Alright, let's do it over again, okay? Suzuki, make sure you're getting this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really fucking nail him this time.
Smile. Ready when you are.
Hey, get your ass back! Mitsuru! What did I just say about being a bitch? You asked for it. I'm gonna have to punish ya. Punishment! Punishment! Let's hear the punishment song, everybody! Punishment! Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Mitsuru-kun Strip Show! Stop! Little shit, did you just kick me? Huh? Too late to get tough now, Mitsuru. Show us what you got.
Don't struggle now. We want to see. We gotta get this all on camera. Aw, isn't this just the most pathetic sight?
Oh shit, he's pissing himself.
Ew, that's so nasty.
Dusty. Oh, look at this shit. Get out of here.
These little shits are the worst.
One of them said something about Mitsuru Kusumoto stripping?
Yeah, he was Sawa-sensei's classmate. 13 years ago, he jumped off the roof of Kurokawa Academy.
He's Reiko Kusumoto's son, right? Vice Minister of the Health Ministry? 30 years old and still in coma. Seems we've stumbled on private video footage of Mitsuru Kusumoto being bullied.
And it was on Kawana-san's secret flash drive? Why would he have this?
I don't know. But his uncle said it's our lead to Kawana's real identity and motivation.
Huh. Just a moment. This frame gives us a good look at the key players' faces. Why don't we try...
Sounds good. What the? Suspicious. This girl recording the...
Someone said her name in the video.
There's another photo.
Right. Reiko Kusumoto.
Did you forget?
Yeah, you messed up.
Messed up. Yokosawa.
Over the course, so if, however...
Saori.
I see.
Yeah, I know. Yui Sawa-sensei
Yep.
all...
Mamiya-san.
Original. After what? They were really...
Yeah, they're living if word Huh? Hey.
If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken...
I have no doubt once Artie came here to... What the? This guy's face...
Oh, I don't... Who is he?
I think I saw him. He showed his ID.
That give all the people in
Yeah.
the...
Hey.
I feel
13.
bad.
She seems...
Hey, and maybe
No.
he... I feel
13.
bad.
She seems...
Hey, and maybe...
No.
September 17th.
Oh,
13
got something?
I just crossed...
Shit.
That can only...
September 17th.
Oh.
Got something?
I just crossed...
Shit.
That can only mean this... video, the link being the reason.
Right. Kawana's either the one who... or is at least a recipient of the video from the original.
Kuwana-san and Sawa-sensei knew each... Well, then, maybe Sawa-sensei as one of his handyman...
It's possible, but...
Why's that?
Because of what Siren's owner said to me.
Okay.
You'll understand once you see...
He said we'll know Kawana's true...
Yeah.
Assume Kawana's in his early 40s. What if he was a school...
In that case, the one that
That's right.
The way you talk...
we have.
This is the page from each...
So the whole...
Apparently he witnessed. All he did was smile and...
It's not Kawana.
We checked the rest of the teacher...
Mitsuru Kusumoto.
Correct.
Sawa's...
She did...
No,
This is you.
And another...
seems like a bunch...
Yeah.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, Kawai left at least. That's no real evidence yet.
But the truth...
The worst part is that but all he said after...
Hold on.
You figure something
The
out?
homeroom teacher at the
Yeah?
If that's the case...
I see. There's a chance.
Suspicious. Hey. What the... Hey.
Yagamishi, I found it. You were right. It wasn't the same teacher in the year.
Kitakata?
Huh?
His real name's Kitakata.
That's Kawana's real name. Soma said it to me once.
So, Kuwana-san was...
Just found a picture. This is Kitakata-sensei from...
It's Kawana. Yeah. Not only that, Sawa's... This is the link we've been looking...
Everything is clicked in.
So, 13... That's what made him turn to his uncle at Siren. He told me Kawana...
For living a...
To be the world... I picked up this sense of...
After being late, would it really be that?
Right.
Yes, that sounds like a
You're too easy on him.
To be a... He said he's...
Would
well, to be... I picked... Right.
Yes, that's...
To get... Maybe Kawana blames the fact that he had... Then, maybe all his hatred got aimed at...
Possible. He was abducted
I wouldn't rule... Maybe they came to...
Yes, that...
Hold up. Could that mean...
You got it. Check this out. The people in this...
Everyone, though?
We already know this.
Oh. The students in the video?
Individuals...
But why would... What makes you...
Well, to anyone in this video, it would... If it did...
Yep.
Which means... Arcade...
Okay.
Yeah.
Who'd that...
Someone in the video. If she was involved with Kawai's...
I agree. So if we can get Yui Mamiya to corroborate this, we should be able to extract even more information from her. Perhaps even including Kawana.
Yeah. Looks like he hasn't given us the slip just yet.
Man.
Mikoshiba and Sawa-sensei's murders, Hara's alibi, Kawai's disappearance. Kawana's most likely tied to everything. We'll get all the answers.
And I guess this is bringing us...
Oh,
You should accompany him, Sugi, with Kaito.
Your call, Tsukumo.
thanks for
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes?
Saw it all, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, back when I was still just a Captain Hamura stares me down. Oh, if I'm gonna go,
I'm sure it'll be rosier when the time comes for real.
that bastard Soma, though.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cop...
That'll get you
I'm
busted, you know.
joking that I got knifed by the same twisted...
In that case, it's only a matter of time until... So for now, we'll go after Kawana.
Kuwana, huh?
Huh?
Kuwana must have had some sort of... In fact, it's probably palled around with me all because of that.
I wouldn't say that.
Still.
Just focus.
What? Sugi...
He and I are off to question Mamiya. stay down. Why is this all? Really, guys? What a waste. Why is this so? Let's go back. And stay down. Let's go. What a waste. you had. Really, guys? Let's go. What a waste. I need to... Let's go. Really, guys?
So we...
Yep.
Alright, if you think... And even if that's off...
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Enda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like...
You told me the last visit would be your... Seriously, why do you keep Please. Just...
I suppose I should mention, I'm here today as a detective,
So
not
what?
a lawyer. And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an
Never
agency
heard of
called...
him.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case, the murder of Seiryo High teacher Yoko Sawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates after leaving Kurokawa 13 years ago.
What is it you want? I haven't... Now go.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurokawa. Just like you, he appears to be connected.
So why am I being singled out?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say...
How convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep...
I'll give him my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing...
Hold on just a moment.
Huh. Wonder what's going on.
Wouldn't count on
Should we ring again?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is your son home today?
He's at English.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that?
Excuse me, but you are... Well, what is it you want to ask?
The groping was orchestrated.
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, the whole thing was a conspiracy, staged to play...
You need to leave. Right now.
Dude, what gives?
No one would even think to consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba, paying only a fraction. But as luck would have it, proving...
If you don't get up the second...
It took me quite a long time, but once I learned Yokosawa, she was in your homeroom class. She looked just before I could ask her about it. That same gang has been hunting...
What is it you want from me?
Amiya-san. He may be Kawana the handyman.
I don't know.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kita...
Oh, God.
See for your...
No.
This was recorded at Kurakawa Academy 13 years... It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Please! Please delete it!
Considering the angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sorta, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families. What? Are you expecting someone?
Amiya-san?
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
What do you mean?
Looks like she wants some company over.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Would you look at that? So you are all working together.
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun.
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami?
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be...
Yeah, Higashi, be cool.
Be cool.
What's your call?
We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of news, Higashi-san.
What? What the fuck?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce. She called up her friends to come after us. Just a...
Yeah. And I do it.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? Fuck those RK assholes. And how could...
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it? I imagine...
What do you intend to do with me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll
Then let's get...
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies.
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat...
Why exactly did he sit on...
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he...
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been... After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in...
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. And mostly would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some, but that's only how I would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, and what do you think would happen to my son? The son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined. That recording is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night, and is still in a coma today.
I get it. You have that much more to lose.
Same for all my classmates. All graduates go off to one star.
They're all in your position too, huh?
Exactly. He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life. Just so... And when that time came, he started contact.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk. First, I barely recognized. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone. He's a psychopath.
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
Oh, and you're so perfect. And never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the... We were just lucky enough to have some creep tape us, picking on some... Why did this have to happen?
I'd say it's because bad things happen to bad. You'll sling your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it...
You said it was 5 years ago that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki... There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai.
And it was you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho.
No! It wasn't us!
Wasn't us, huh? So you're not denying he
All
was...
Sensei told us was to find Kawai somewhere in Kamurocho. Then bring...
Did Kawana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. And if we refused... So we all went to see Kawai, but considering he'd cost him everything, that came as...
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local... So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. After that, he said we were free to go.
So you left him there alone with Kawana?
We had to.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawai into the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can see all our faces so clearly. How we covered Kawai's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawai. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
He's giving you orders?
That man! He forces us to help him. He makes us accomplices to murder.
Murder? What the hell? Murder?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who sends. He doesn't even care how old the case is. If a student commits suicide, and as far as I know, I think he's killed at least 7.
So his idea of justice is killing bullets?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always fail. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep it that way. We might be able to save the next few Mitsurus.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kuwana let Ihara murder him. And how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. Even the ones who filmed it, they were working for Sensei.
So that's how it went down.
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing. He just makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one thing we can't ever do is if we do, he'll set his... and then Kawai's body will turn with it. And we know that because...
So as long as he has that...
Sounds to me like Kuwana said sitting on that video, he's dragged all his former...
Yesterday, that day.
We'll see. I'm still curious.
What?
There were these scumbags chasing down Kuwana. Strangely enough, they never came up, so tell me.
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko. He was asking her about the suicide at Serio.
The suicide at Serio High.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? But Yoko-chan was a teacher there. And Sensei was able to get the truth.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers. I think that's why she let her guard down, and after learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be...
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved, and none of this would be happening in Ijinja?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei, she thought she was just talking through her. At the very least, she sure as hell...
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
Who is it?
Block number. Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Kuwana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone.
What?
All right.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office.
What? Pretty sure I locked up behind...
Listen, I'll only meet you alone. And don't make me wait long.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let...
You gonna be alright by yourself?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san with us. And I can't afford to do anything that would piss...
God.
No. We'll take care of...
Come on. What a waste. Why is this always... Let's go. haste.
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw in the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting, so I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. That was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind, she asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawai started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawai forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawai and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far, you put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusamoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba. The police are a pain in the ass, but when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Leomong to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know, Yue Mamiya. They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawakun had no idea.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yui Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawakun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah. Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawakun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? Doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawakun knew. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest. I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now. That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out while you still can.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Hold up! Leave me alone! You won't get away! Don't you have anything else to do?
won't get away. Get away!
Yeah.
Catch you later! Damn it! Get back here! Where'd he go? Kawana! You guys again. Do you really need the masks? Come on, Kurokawa Kid.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens? Sounds like your lives are over. Unless you...
But Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akahike?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice. I know.
Okay then. Come on. What kind of lesson is this? Let's go! Kawana? Oh no, Kawana! Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mami-san. Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?